I think it's a major concern, and we should all think about it because right now we trust in some miner around the world that we don't know. And if we were to define being a Bitcoiner according to some developers, you're not a true Bitcoiner unless you also run your own mining rig. And I know it's not very practical, and the energy costs usually are greater than your returns when you mine from home. But I'm actually looking these days into solutions that I can use to mine from home. I've actually found somebody from the USA who's producing home mining devices like ASICs, and they cost about $600 or something. They're not as powerful as ant miners and stuff like that, but at the same time, they consume very little power and they are quiet, which I think these two criteria are great. And if we as a community somehow discovered, and if there was a market for this, because somehow it makes me wonder why the Bitcoin project has grown so tremendously, and yet you find ASICs so with such great difficulty. Like you should be able to access equipment to be able to participate in securing the network. And the fact that the mining is moving from China, which I think for all of their flaws and for all of the flaws of their government has treated Bitcoin mining a lot better than the USA right now. And the USA is trying to put too many regulations, and everyone seems to be like a rent seeker who's trying to make money off of this new mining operation. So I think that we as a community should respond to this not by blaming one part or the other, not by pressuring miners, because that can also be useful on the short term, but it relies on good faith, and you have to believe that everyone else is going to be a good actor. But if you really want to help the network, you should consider ways in which you can purchase a device that you run from home. And you also have to consider running it altruistically, so not expecting any gains in the short term or the midterm. And maybe that you're going to break even or make a profit sometime during a bull market. But this is essential for us to secure the network. And I hope that in the coming months, the coming years, we're going to have more devices, even if they get marketed as lottery tickets or something. So you mine and you might just win the big prize of a block reward if you're lucky. But even if you do that, it's still useful for the network. And I know people who warm their homes with ASICs. That's not very practical. If you can see, it's very hot in here. And at the time when we are doing the interview, I have the sun, which is on my side, and that's why my face is red. But I don't think heating is practical for all regions of the world. There are parts of the world where it's very hot usually, and the winter only lasts for a month or two. But where you can actually heat your home, that can be a good solution. But for us, we need something low-powered, quiet, so that it doesn't distract attention and you can actually sleep in the same room, and also good enough to contribute to the network security. So I did not answer your question at all, and I don't care much about Marathon, but I care about the Bitcoin project, and my approach to it is that instead of complaining of who does what, we should take matters into our own hands and mine from home, either solo, which increases the difficulty and makes you very unlikely to actually mine a block. It might take years. Or you can join some sort of mining pool, which is ethical, and switch from one to the other. Because for all of this mining centralization that we like to blame, the fact that I can buy an S9 or something on the used market and mine with Antpool or F2 Pool, both of them being from China, it doesn't mean that I'm participating in Chinese mining in any way. It might mean that I'm helping them maximize their profits by increasing the hash rate that gets added to that pool. But I'm mining from here in Romania with an operation that actually takes place in China or the Czech Republic with Slush Pool, or I guess there will be many more American companies that get into mining now. But my point is that we should all contribute to this, just like we run nodes.